Just talk about that. So the first thing I want to talk about today, Marvel Studios has released some new posters for the Avengers Infinity War movie that's coming out. These new posters are really splitting up the team into 5 different one-sheets, with each representing the color of one of the Infinity Stones that have been found so far. Interesting thing though is, in none of the actual posters do you see Jeremy Renner as Hawkeye, and you don't see Ant-Man or Wasp. And you would assume that they'd be in the movie, but their movie comes out just, right after. But so it's not a big deal that Ant-Man and Wasp aren't in the posters, but not having Jeremy Renner as Hawkeye, there's people talking that they're going to change his character. He's not going to show up until the 4th movie, and he gets transformed into someone called Ronan, which is something that's from the comic books.
Not Ronan the Accuser from...
That'd be kind of weird.
I guess Marvel has a lot of Ronans kicking around. I obviously see what they're doing. I love this because they're basically like in the schoolyard. They're mixing up the genres. Everything's jumbled together like...
Hopefully the like-minded are together.
Yeah. I mean, like, you got 4 franchises represented on the screen right there.
Yeah.
Like Doctor Strange, Drax, I can't remember the girl's name from Black Panther, and Scarlet Witch. Well, but she wasn't the central main character anyway.
Okay. The movie screenwriters, Christopher Marcus and Stephen McFeely, have confirmed a cameo appearance by Thanos at the end of Avengers Age of Ultron, in which he takes the Infinity Gauntlet and says, "I'll do it myself," is essentially being ignored. They tell Slash Film, not our movie. We've all sat there and went, what the hell is he talking about? Where was he when he did that? So they're ignoring that existed because I guess it affects what they're doing, because he's there putting the glove on. Well, we don't know what the status of anything is. When Marvel handed it to them to take over, it's like, this is what we want to see, and you're not tied to anything else.
To me, that's the first known instance of Marvel scrapping Marvel.
Yeah.
I know they've done
Which
that.
Which happens in DC like crazy.
Yeah.
But Marvel doesn't generally do that.
Who are these idiots at Marvel telling Marvel what to do?
I know.
I'm not going to listen to these idiots. They're not canon, Marvel. Anyway.
Yeah. So I find that interesting.
Josh Brolin, my God, that's the most Josh Brolin-y Thanos I've ever seen.
Yeah, well, it looks like they've... Like, if you look at the original, he obviously wasn't there for the first cameo of Thanos. It was actually, I can't remember his name, but he's that was on Dollhouse, who played literally both Thanos and the other character and sat in for the CG, the suit or whatever they wear.
Well, me and my terrible with names podcasts, but that guy from that thing.
Yeah.
But no, I always thought the guy from Pacific Rim who puts the knife into that guy's nose and gets swallowed by a baby kaiju.
Ron Perlman?
Yeah, I thought he would make a great Thanos.
Yes.
He's very, very... I mean, he's just basically painted blue and he's already Thanos.
But I think that's a little too obvious just because of the whole Hellboy thing.
Yeah.
And he's kind of old, and what if Marvel wants to prolong the Thanos character for a few more movies, or... So you got Brolin, the guy from Goonies, who has built up his body, who's strong, tall, chiseled, great voice for this. Ron Perlman, of course, sort of the same thing, but older. So yeah, I can see that. More several months delay for X-Men. I was talking to you about this the other day, about them extending the dates on these 2, because there's supposed to be 3 X-Men movies in 2018, including Deadpool, which is the only one moving forward in May. One was originally slated for April, was pushed back until February.
Are these Fox projects?
Yes.
So obviously Fox is doing the Venom with...
Venom is Sony.
Oh God.
Yeah.
That's such a mess.
Which is even worse, because Sony just destroys everything they touch. There's extensive reshoots needed, and one of the main reasons, like Dark Phoenix being delayed, as you see there, originally slated to open November 2nd, now delayed until February 14th, and the other one is much worse, the New Mutants. But for Dark Phoenix, getting the characters back together, or the actors back together, to do reshoots to fix parts of the movie that they feel that they want to adjust. Well, they're all like top notch, like they're all up and coming stars. So
they might be busy filming something
Yeah,
amazing.
to get them all together.
Game of Thrones, God knows.
It was terrible. Yeah, well, she's from Game of Thrones, the main character there, the Phoenix herself. So yeah, that's what they're explaining is the huge delay, because they said they weren't able to get them back together. I think it was till the summertime, so they wouldn't be done filming until September, and having the movie ready for November, having all the effects and everything. That's just not going to happen. So they figured it's safer to bring in. And February has become pretty good. Because of Deadpool, they realized that they can do that.
It's if they didn't have all that to deal with, they still got the matter of fighting for spots because of Disney.
Yeah.
They still got the matter of possibly negotiating back and forth with Disney about what to use, so that delays the project, because they'll say, well, horse trading, maybe we can get this character, and they want to maybe have an advisor role, so make sure that they're gelling somewhat.
Well, now that Disney owns everything again, including Fox, but not Sony stuff, but Spider-Man, but they have a date. I can't remember what the date is, but there's a point where you now have 100% control. You have to wait a year from this date to this date before
Monopoly law.
Yeah. So it's interesting is one of these movies is pushed past that date, and that's the New Mutants, the horror movie that they keep retooling. And Fox wants to make it even scarier, apparently. It's like, well, how far are you diverting from the original, whatever storylines you're borrowing from?
Is this part of the Deadpool effect of maybe we can get closer to restricted?
I don't know if they're going for restricted on that one. I think they're just trying to make it really scary, but to the point where it's maybe for 16-year-olds or 15-year-olds, maybe? I don't know. I don't think there's going to be like a lot of swearing and nudity or something.
So it's a superhero horror.
Yeah.
Interesting. I mean, they haven't done that yet, I don't
No.
think. I mean, maybe they're finding that the market is so saturated, there's vanilla superhero origin or team-up stories that they've thought, why don't we just mix it up a bit? I mean,
I know Fox has been talking about they've hired people to work on Doctor Doom and Silver Surfer as their own movies. And Silver Surfer, both of them, amazing backstories when you look into it. But again, they won't probably get past the writing phase, because by the time they get to pre-production or anywhere close to it, Disney be like, okay, no, we're writing you back in. We've got a Phase 4, Phase 5, and a Phase 6 that we got to plan out. And Silver Surfer, the Herald with Galactus, if they could do it, oh my god, that would just be wonderful.
that would be amazing.
I watched the Silver Surfer cartoon, which is like old and crappy quality, but the stories and everything, it's like fascinating to see Galactus and see
They're straight up comic stories that somebody's tried to realize in SD in Korea.
Yeah, something like that.
But hey, that was the thing. And some people actually, I was just thinking in the back of my head, some people might perceive I think it was Amazing Spider-Man 3 where, Peter Parker was like dancing and sort of boogieing up like Saturday Night.
Yeah.
That's to some people a horror movie. So, they think they're just trying to tread on familiar ground.
I understand what they're trying to do with that. Trying to make it look like he's taken over his personality. Another part to come out, he's taken over type thing, But a lot of people just like do it in a different way. They just didn't get it, and maybe Tobey Maguire didn't suit that,
Great actors. Everyone who's portrayed Spider-Man is a really good actor if you've seen them in just about anything.
Yeah.
But then something happens, and Garfield, I thought it was great, and I don't know, I didn't crap on it like other people did the last outing.
So New Mutants delayed until February 22nd, 2019. Originally, we saw the poster up when we went to watch Pacific Rim last week, and it said April 19th or something, or April 2019, or no, this April, sorry.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's like a month from now. And I was like, they pushed that back though to February, and I thought that was shocking. February of next year. That's like 10 months or whatever away. And now they pushed it another 6 months to August 2nd, 2019. That's an entire time to make a whole other movie and put it out. And August is not like tentpole time. That's like, okay, this is what we have left as, people are doing whatever, wrapping up their summer vacations and stuff. it worked great for Guardians because people wanted to see it, but what's going on with New Mutants? What are you doing to it? What's happening?
The only thing I know of it, because I'm there's so much stuff out right now. I haven't had time to actually research it, but I just see the poster that effect of people pushing through the screen, like the horror effect.
Yeah.
That's all I know of it is, and to me, it doesn't even seem like a superhero thing. I'm just like, oh, whatever, and I just walk by it. It's not catching me because it's just not that interesting. I mean, you walk by an Avengers poster and you're like, holy crap, you know, even Pacific Rim, it's like, wow, that's amazing. And then you see this, and it's just like a bunch of guys pushing their face through a silkscreen. I don't know.
They're taking something that people like and they're trying to make it their own. And it didn't work for Ghostbusters and other movies where they're like, let's change it so that my vision's out there. But people want to see the comic book. They want to see what they've read brought to life.
You sure they don't want to see Galactus as a cloud in the sky? No? Okay, maybe that's just nobody.
Yeah. Louis Tan, he's a guy. I watched a show called Into the Badlands, which is really good. If you haven't watched it, it's I think it's AMC that has it, and I'm watching it now on Netflix late.
And he's also an Iron Fist apparently.
Yeah. Oh, the TV show. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. He's gonna be playing Shatterstar in as the XForce, I guess, in the new Deadpool movie. Which it's interesting to see what actually happens, because they've shown trailers, and we've seen that, you know, how come this guy is just being announced in the movie the week after the trailers come out? That means they haven't filmed anything, right? They've just hired him. So what are they doing? Reshoots? They're adding other X-Force characters in?
Yeah. And, you know, just reading a bit of his bio, it sounds very similar to Cable. I mean, he's a time-traveling, genetically engineered. I think so is Cable. But apparently he's also dimension hopping. I guess Cable can't do that.
And so, like, his comic, the Shatterstar, you see him actually with Cable. And he's a gay character in the comics.
Which is pretty common now. They're trying to modernize comics to make them reflective of society.
So they'll be joining Josh Brolin as Cable, Zazie Beetz as Domino, Terry Crews as Bedlam, in the group called the X-Force. Deadpool 2 is slated to open May 18th, and I am looking forward to that.
Oh yeah, we laugh. I mean,
trailer,
every trailer has been better than the last. I mean, the one where he thinks he's doing too much cocaine because he's trying to imitate that famous painting from the PBS or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the last one,
that's Ross.
From beginning to end,
Ross.
It was hilarious. The last trailer, I can't even. Oh my god! I'm so, and as soon as it finished, I said, I got chills. I can't wait for this to come out.
It's amazing how soon it is. Cause like, we got tickets already for Infinity War in 5 weeks, I think, from now. And then they moved the dates around. Imagine how close this was originally. Just a few weeks away. And you've also, during that period in May, I don't know if it's Jurassic World or what, there's a bunch of friggin' movies coming out. They're just going to step on each other's feet.
Movie behemoths that are going to like fight like giant dinosaurs, like the movie itself, for space on this tiny island called Our Attention Span and Theaters Worldwide. So... I mean, and then Transformers. No kidding. I have no idea what's happening with that. I'm just.
Well, there actually is this fall, Bumblebee, which was the last of the contracts before it all gets thrown away. They put all the seeds in the last movie, showing that he was in the World War or something, and so there's a movie just about. Hopefully, he has a voice, and he's not sitting there, you know, and you hear like, you know. Old swing music, people because that's how he has to talk.
All they can do is take samples from vinyl records to make, you know. He'll quote that guy Frank my dare. I don't give a damn. He'll quote 40s movies, you know, like.
Half his dialogue is from Gone with the Wind or something, right? Yes. That and the Wizard of Oz, black and white.
Toto.
Just click your heels together. Get the fuck out of here.
Thank you for watching this episode of the Convention Junkies podcast. Please like, comment and subscribe to see more videos like this one. To help us out, please donate through our Patreon page.